Guys, back out here at the YZ 250, got it honed out and cleaned up. Got a new wiseco piston in there. It's a 50 piston in there right now. Got a new Kickstarter for it because it was missing. So that's where I'm at. I just slapped that on there and got it tightened down. So we're gonna put the head on it and put everything else back together. I do still need to do the fork seals because they are leaking, but I do have the seals here. Got a new clutch cable there. I've got the cover I was missing. I ordered off eBay for 25 bucks. I've got all the pieces that go to the power valve brand new because they were all missing. These are all the head bolts there, and I've got one of each because it was missing one of them. Let's see, I got a new air filter, got the fork oil going. Let's see, what else do we got? I got the resonator all painted up. It's gonna need a couple more coats, but that's all high temp paint on there, so it'll look pretty decent. I got all the plastics. I cleaned them up and washed them, everything but this front fender and the airbox and subframe hasn't been washed, but everything. I got all the plastics up here for it. They're gonna come off, and new graphics are gonna go on. I'm gonna try to use some Jug Honed and clean it all up. Got my spec bolt kit. Let's see, I got all my new gaskets for the exhaust gaskets here. You see, this is another gasket for the side. There's the reed gasket. There's that gasket. The carb's ready to go back together. There's the head. Got all these extra bolts, but I don't know where they go yet, so we'll just use them as we get to them. I know we got the chain guard, but there's some other extra stuff there. So, the cafe's getting wired up right now. I got a friend over wiring it up for me because that was the mess of wires that was on it. So now we're eliminating all that and just making it straight cafe wiring. Let's see, other than that, what else is going on? Still got the tank off for the cafe bike. It's gonna have to get some paint on it. I did get the garage cleaned out, so we got a little bit more room. It's just gonna be bikes only in here. The go-kart and the riding mowers down in the other shed. Well, it's gonna be, it's sitting there now, but it's gonna be in the other shed. So I'll just have these 4 bikes and those 2 in here from now on, and that'll be a little bit decent for space wise. So this is the new one, but I'm gonna make a video on it, but you can kind of get a preview of it here. That's the new one. I'm gonna probably keep it stock because it's the exact same as the cafe bike, so it'll stay stock. I got tons of extra parts for it in here underneath there in that bin. All the extra parts for that one, and there, and all the extra parts for the cafe bike. So I've got quite a bit for those. I think they're both 81s. I don't remember that one. I'll have to look at the title for it. But they're both Suzuki GS 850G bikes, shaft driven. So they're pretty reliable. Got 4 carbs on them. But I'll make a video on this other Suzuki out here later on, and keep some updates on that because it's gonna go back stock. I got a little bit to do to it. It does run. It needs the carbs cleaned, and I got to take the cone filters off and put the original air cleaners back on because the cones are gonna go on this bike when it gets the carbs a little bit jetted out for it, and then it'll be able to run with those cones on there for the breathers. Other than that, just making some room and finally putting this Yamaha back together. So you can kind of see what's going on here with it. Got the whole subframe off. I'm going to take all that wiring there off and clean all the connectors. I got new grips over there, right there, and going to go on there. Other than that, it's going to stay how it's been. I did replace the bearings in the back, so that's got all new bearings in it, all greased up. And all the seals are replaced in the back wheel because it was sounding a little shoddy, so I went ahead and just did it. It's cheap enough that it's easy to do. See, I still got the cover off over here. This bolt here is broken off in there, but it's not going to hurt because this one just keeps it tight with the gasket. It has a new gasket under there. This bolt's broken off. I can probably pull that out and replace it, I'm thinking, since it's sticking out a little bit. The other one I could have drilled, but I don't want to risk cracking anything. I mean, if it becomes a problem, I might try to do it, but I don't want to risk cracking the case or the jug in there or anything. So other than that, I did start the forks for this bike to replace the seals. Started taking them off. I got all the brake caliper off, and I'm going to take that front wheel off next. But I've never done it before, so it's kind of a slow process at the moment. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and finish putting this together, and I'll probably make a video when I get it on. I'm probably going to put the exhaust on there and just try to hear it run for a minute. But other than that, pretty much it's going to be ready to go once I get those front forks done. So appreciate you watching. Have a good one.